Hi, everybody. Oh boy, I've been sitting here for about the last half hour waiting, and then 7:30 came and went, and I didn't get on. So now I'm on, and we're live, and uh, I'm just hi. I'm just gonna go right into it. Uh, I didn't hook up my camera so for myself to get onto this. I figured I have some really adorable, great cards, and I want to get right into it. I thought rather than messing around with me in the beginning, because there's not a whole lot to report. Other than that, the online exclusives are still going strong. New kit, I think I showed you that. I did show you that last week. New catalog's going to be coming in April. Well, May, but I'll be showing you some stuff in April for it. And so today I want to do some East. I want to do an Easter card. I want to do fun folds, two fun folds, really adorable, cute fun folds. So that's what we're going to do. I want to just see if I can get a little bit more light here and a little less shadow because this is really bad. Hi, Connie. Hi, Susie. I don't know why it's so dark. It wasn't, it hasn't been. I don't, and no lights burned out. I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Anyway, here we go. Two fun folds. Fairly easy ones, actually. One is for Easter, and one is because I absolutely love the desert set and had to use it. So, how's that for a good reason? Okay, so let's start with the Easter card. This is just a plain old. It's a Z fold card, but it's cute. It is. This is what it looks like. It's a nice card for. I don't know. It could be for a kid. It could be. It could be for an adult too. I guess. Really, don't you think? I think. Hi, Carol. See you tomorrow at the library. I hope. I'm getting it all figured out. And I'm gonna have some Easter cards there too, and some other stuff. Couple things. Okay. So let's do this. First thing, I have all my pieces here cut and ready to go. But what I did, the very first thing I did, that I don't have cut. The base I don't have cut. So this is a standard card base. 8.5 by 5.5. Let me grab this first. Okay. 8.5 by 5.5. We're scoring it a little bit different. Um, we're going to score it at 2 1/8. So that's right there. And 4 1/4. So the 4 1/4 is typical. So what's going to happen? What's actually happening is it's in half, and then the half is in half. That's why the 2 1/8. We're going to fold that piece back like this. Okay. So that's our base. That was easy enough, right? And that's our Z fold. You say, yeah, I think it's suitable for all ages. Really, it's for Easter, right? It's an Easter card. So next, let's do some stamping. Okay, we have an insert. I'm going to put the card base aside. I have an insert that is 4 by 5 1/4, as always, and I'm using this Easter Bunny set. And what I decided to do, and I'm going to use the punch, and that's that bunny. And then on the inside, I'm going to use that guy. I'm using colored pencils today to color watercolor pencils to color this card because I like the way it looks. I'm using basic gray to stamp this bunny. and I'm going to put him right here. This is my insert. And then for the outside, the one that I'm going to be using the punch with, that's this one. I have a piece of scrap paper here, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that there. And then I'm going to, oh, let's see, what am I going to do? I'm going to stamp the eggs, the Easter eggs, because I'm going to use them too. I'm going to stamp them up there on my scrap paper. And that's all I need the basic gray for. And then I'm going to take a piece of, oh, let's see, just a scrap again of white. And I'm going to stamp my greeting on that in Pear Pizzazz. I'm using Pear Pizzazz because, well, you'll see why. It's going to be kind of a contrast color. Now, I'm stamping this on a bigger piece than I need. And I'm going to stamp it down here. The reason I'm doing that is because so often we get these greetings crooked. And in fact, I did. So I'm going to take this and do it again on the other side. But that's better. What I'm trying to do here is then I'm going to put it on my paper cutter and I'm going to trim it across the top. So it's the right size. I have a nice size for it, right? So there's that. Then I want a piece of Pear Pizzazz, 3/4 inches thick by 2 3/4 wide. There's that. I'm going to take, there's a little piece of grass in the set. And so I'm going to stamp that across all across here. Okay. I think that's all the stamping that I'm doing. Now I'm going to take my basic gray watercolor pencil and putting all of my stamps here off to the side in my chamois. So I have a whole chamois full of watercolor pencils. I mean, yeah, full of stamps. I'm going to take this basic gray watercolor pencil and I'm going to just go inside the outline of this bunny here. And his feet, I'm going to kind of do all except the pads very lightly. I'm doing all of this really lightly. You don't have to worry when you're using your watercolor pencils. You don't have to worry about getting um, staying in the lines or, being straight because you're going to go over the whole thing with a blender pen. I find that a lot of people don't know about this and don't know how great these work. And if you're new to this and you don't have a whole lot of stamps, these watercolor pencils are wonderful because you can, it's a lot cheaper to buy a box of them and you can end up with a lot of colors that you normally wouldn't have. So if you want to be, while you're building up your stamp pad collection, these are very handy to do. Okay, so I'm doing that one. I'm doing this one too. Same way, just inside the outline. And like I said, scribble. Just scribble. Do it quick. Don't worry about getting anything fancy. It's all going to get taken care of. And you don't need it dark, but if this looks dark, it's only because I'm trying to kind of show it to you, show you how I'm doing it. I don't think it's too dark though. How is everybody today? The weather's been kind of weird, hasn't it? It's like cold, and then like the other day they were talking about snow. I woke up and I said, "Wow, our 6 inches of snow melted already. Isn't that great?" I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. Okay, flirty flamingo. I'm gonna take and I'm going to just color in his ears and his nose. And this guy, he has these pads. I'm going to color those in with the flirty flamingo as well. And his ears. Okay, and then I'm going to take this blender pen. First, I'm going to do the pink. Everywhere that I have pink, I'm just going to do this on both of the guys. How do I know it's a guy? I don't. Then you clean off the pen just like that. Now it's clean. And then you take it back over the gray. Now it's blending all of my scribbles, and it's just kind of fading it into the background. I love these pens, these colored pencils. I really do. For certain applications, they are so nice. They don't rip through your paper or anything like that. They just fix the scribbles, blend it all together, and make it fade. Well, hi, Joey. Joey just came to visit me. I think Joey thinks it's time for his bed snack or treat or something. But that's not going to happen yet, is it, buddy? You can't get up here now because I'm coloring and you can't color. Sorry. Sorry, guy. Oh, guys, pull the name for the card again. Barb did win 2 weeks in a row. After I finally got around to cleaning out my little mess here that I had, I found so many. I found these cards with names on them for people that. So anyway, Barb won 2 weeks in a row. So let's see if she can do it a third day. Nope, Carol, you win tonight. I almost forgot to pull that. Carol, great. That's great. I can get it to you tomorrow. I have one for Karen yet, too. And I didn't mail Barb's out yet, but I'm going to get them to her tomorrow. Okay, back to this. Now, I colored with colored pencils both of the rabbits. They're sitting here. I have eggs yet to color. Those I'm going to use blends for, just because they have some bright and vibrant colors to make it look really pretty. So what I'm doing is I am, let's see, I'm going to color these circles with, what is this, fresh freesia. And then I'm going to go around them with pool party. And then I just, I'm not even going to bother with the different shades or anything of these colors because there's no reason. Then that's the one with the squares. I'm just going to use a whole bunch of different colors on, just randomly put some colors and I grabbed the Easter colors, just flirty flamingo, mango melody, fresh freesia, and I'm just gonna color everything with those colors just to make them look festive. Okay, so they're all colored now. Um, I'm afraid that this one is being just a little tedious. Yay! Hey, Karen. Hi there. I did just mention you. I just said, yep, I have one for Karen too, because Carol just won the card for tonight. And I said, oh, that's right. I have one for Karen too. Because I was going through my desk because it's a total disaster. Well, it's not anymore. I fixed it, but it was a total disaster. And I found all these cards with people's names on it. In fact, Carol, I am going to put your name on a sticky note right now. And I'm going to put it here so that I put it on the card tonight and bring it with me tomorrow. You are welcome. Oh, you're saying thank you to Karen. Okay, so we have our bunny colored. He's gonna get punched with this punch, and then we'll have him done. This guy's on the inside, so he don't get cut out or anything, but this does get cut out. And I'm sorry, but I did a lot of coloring and cutting, fussy cutting. I try not to do this stuff too much while I have you guys live because it's boring, right? But I'm sorry, tonight I'm doing it. I did do all the cutting ahead of the die cutting ahead of time though, so you don't have to deal with that. So who are we missing? Well, we don't have Barb yet, and we don't have Linda yet. I don't know if Linda's going to be joining us or not. I know sometimes she has stuff going on Wednesday nights. I almost said Thursday. I keep forgetting what day it is. My brother is recuperating from surgery and he can't drive, so I've been driving him quite a bit. Well, not a lot, but I've been driving him places, doctor's appointments and things. And my days are just all messed up. I don't know why. They should be together because it's appointments that I have to remember, but I don't know. I'm getting them messed up. Okay. Like, you know what? I don't like the way this grass looks. I'm going to redo it on the other side. I overlap too much. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try not to overlap so much this time. Ugh. Well, that's kind of up and down and all over the place. Okay, guys, sorry, but I don't like that one either. Um, 3/4 of an inch. That was. Wait. Yes, it was 3/4 by 2 1/4. 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4. 3/4 by 2 3/4. Sorry about this. I just don't like the way it looked. So I'm gonna try one more time, see if we can get it right this time. Okay, this should have been a pretty simple little process. Yeah, that one's good. Okay, that's better. It probably doesn't look any different, but it's better. Now, as far as what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of sort of fussy cutting this. Basically, it's almost like if I had a pair of pinking shears, I could do it with them. I'm just cutting, if you can see, I'm just kind of cutting around some of these blades to give them a little bit of definition. And you probably would get away with not even doing that, and just cutting the green close to the tops of the blades. but you can do this too. It doesn't take long. It's just a little zigzag here and there, and it just makes the grass look a little more grassy. There, it's done. Grassy. How do you like that word? So we are now ready to put our card together. We have all the pieces here. Everything is almost set. The grading, I'm going to cut back with my trimmer. I'm going to cut it to, actually, it's going at 3/4, which looks like that should be pretty good. Then I'm going to cut the end off. So basically, I just trim around the whole thing to make it, to bring it down so it's straight. And then I'm going to take the pointed end this time. I'm going to stick that in this punch. This is the Banner's Pick-a-Punch. Turn it over to make sure that it's centered very well. It is. And pop it. Okay. All my pieces are ready. I'm ready to go. I think. No, they're, yes, they are. They are. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we're going to take our base now. I have two pieces of the designer series paper that was in celebration. That pack is marvelous. I have used it so much. These pieces are 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Carol, this is going on the card for you. Okay. So I am going to glue these. Both pieces are 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And both pieces get glued on, one on the outside. This is two different designs. It's not one that I turned upside down. It is two different ones, but they're both fresh freesia. And I think there's a half a dozen of them like this that you could use in that packet with different colors. I just think that is the cutest pack of paper. It's just unreal. So there's that. This is your inside. That's going right here. You will note that the bunny is way off to the side, and you may wonder why I did that. I did that. There is method to my madness. I actually had a reason for that. I just got glue all over my fingers, so I'm going to take a little break here and get some of this glue off of me. The hazards. I hate when that happens. You get glue on your fingers, and next thing you know, there's glue all over everything. What a pain. Okay, that's back. That goes on there. Anyway, that's what I was saying is the reason that I put this guy all the way over is so that now the card is closed over top of him. You can't see him at this point. Now, I have a piece of white, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I have run this through the raindrop um, embossing folder, which is a really cool folder. I mean, you think raindrops, but it just adds a little texture. Karen, talking about your fingers. Yes, my fingers full of glue all the time, and it gets all over everything. It's a mess. So I took this piece and I ran it through the embossing folder. It has a nice texture. I like that. Even though it's raindrops, I like the texture on it. That is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Then a 1/4 inch up all around makes this 3 by 4. And a 1/4 inch all around makes this 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So we now put the three pieces together, and isn't that pretty? We have a nice little matted piece here. And I just did that to show you how you can always add dimension to a card by adding the mats. And the mats can just take just whatever your piece is, your focal piece, take each piece up a quarter of an inch and you've got it made. So, like I said, this was 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I went up a quarter inch to make this 3 by 4. And then another quarter inch, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I have my three layers. And it just makes a whole nice dimension to this card. So there's our raindrops. Now I'm going to put this piece up just a little bit up. Okay, it's not right centered over the purple. The reason for that is because the grass is going on here, and I want the grass down a little bit, but I still want to see the purple. Now the grass, I am putting a thin bead of glue at the bottom of the grass, not at the top. I want to leave that loose a little bit because I want my bunny and my eggs to kind of go under it. The bunny is going to go on with dimensionals. Wow, I really have shadows going on here tonight. I don't know why. Do not know what's going on here. Okay, so the bunny is going to go right here. He's kind of in the grass and he's up on dimensionals. Then I have the eggs, and the eggs I'm not going to bother with the dimensionals on. I'm just going to glue them right down. And what I did when I made the first card is I got them onto a position that I really liked, which is what just happened here. And I took this and I just squirted a little bit under it. And this is definitely not how you're supposed to glue. Oh, that didn't work this time. Okay. I squirted a little glue under it and it stuck. It worked beautifully. Didn't work so good this time. But there we go. Okay. Then we take our Happy Easter and we are putting that on dimensionals as well. Actually, I'm going to try and cut a little more off of that just so that I make sure it fits in there because that's really close. It's good enough. Could have cut it a little bit shorter, but it's okay. Okay. And one more touch here, and that is I have these 2021 to 2023 in color opal rounds, which are very pretty. And I'm going to take one of them in an Easter color because I don't, I guess, let's see. Fresh Freesia is one of those colors. That's what that is there, but it looks almost white. So I think I'm going to use, let's see. I think I'm just going to use this. This is the peach, and there's nothing on this card that's peach, but I think it looks pretty. I like it. Okay. And then this is our front, our focal point. It is going to get glue on one half, and it's going to get stuck right there. And that is our Z-fold card. Applause. Yay! Okay, let's see. That was card number one. We have two cards tonight, Carol. I hope you're still with me. Thank you, Susie, because you're going to have to pick one at the end of this to decide which card you want. Oh, wait, let me do an envelope. Now, because these Easter colors are bright, and because there's not, well, there is, I could, everything in this needs to be colored, sort of, unless you go with just a black and white bunny, which you could do. But I think what I'm going to do to make this envelope colorful is I'm going to grab a piece of this paper. And I think I just happen to have a piece that's going to work. Oh, no, it's too small. Darn. I need a 2.5 by about 6. That's too small, too. Okay, I took a piece 2.5 by 6. I'm going to put glue on my envelope flap like so. Whenever I have a big glob like that, I always try to spread it around. And then I just trim it off. Now I have glue on my fingers and my scissors. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Okay. So my envelope looks cute and festive and Eastery, I think. Eastery, is that a word? I don't know. But there we go. Because we don't want naked envelopes. And now I am getting the glue off my fingers and off the scissors. Okay, so now we are going to totally shift gears. I'm going from the cutesy Easter bunny to the very dramatic desert. And wow, there it is. I thought I lost the card. I didn't. We're going to use a double point card, a double point fun fold for this card. Here's all my pieces. We're using the Desert Details stamp and dies. For anybody who has not ever seen this set, it is fabulous. I honestly think that when I opened the catalog and saw this was the first one that I said, I have to have it. And I wasn't sure what to do with it when I did get it. But there's so much you can do with it. I guess I was a little overwhelmed, but I love this set. I really do. And I found this fun fold and I thought it was kind of, well, fun. That's why it's called a fun fold. And so I decided to try it and it worked, except I'm not sure I like the colors on this one, but I'm going to switch it around a little bit. So, what happens with this card, you lift up the front, and then on the inside, you have another card that opens up, and there's your greeting. And this paper, it's called brushed something, brushed brushed. Oh, what is it? Dry brush metallic. I love this paper. Um, I think we talked about this before. They gave it to us. They gave us a pack of it at our Stampin' Up on stage, and Susie grabbed me a pack because I had left just a little early because it was in Pittsburgh and the weather was getting kind of yucky, and I just wanted to get out of there and start heading home. And they came around right at the end and gave out this paper. And Susie said, "Oh, I need a pack for my friend. She's in the ladies' room," so that they would give her a pack. And so she got it to me. And I've bought 2 packs of it since too. So thank you, Susie. But here we go. I'm going to try. This is the designer series paper that goes with this set. I'm not sure I like those dots. So what I did is I'm going to try this time. And I like this paper. I think this is going to look pretty nice too. So let's go. Let's try this. Okay, so we're going to start with a card base, and I'm using a pretty neutral color for this card base. This is smoky slate, I think, or gray granite. Gosh, I don't even remember what color I picked out of here. Let me look. No, it's not smoky slate, it's gray granite. Okay. You're cutting this just a little bit smaller than normal. Um, it is 8 by 5 1/4. So you have to cut your top because it's your cardstock's normally 8 1/2. You want to cut off a 1/2 inch, and this is 5 1/4 instead of 5 1/2. So if you have your cardstock pre-cut to card bases, which I do, you have to cut it down a little bit. And then you're scoring it at 4 instead of 4 1/4. My score is out. Now everyone knows your little white lies. Sorry, Susie, I have exposed you. Sorry. Okay, we scored this a 4. Folded it in half. Now we're going to take, oh, there's going to be a piece of cardstock in the back, and that's going to be your 5 1/2 and 4 1/4. So I think I already have this cut. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Yep. And I am using the polished peach, I think, whatever this is, papaya, pale papaya. Let me see. Yeah, pale papaya is what I'm using for the background, and this is Calypso Coral. So what we're going to do, we're not putting the back on yet. We're going to use our designer series paper. We are going to cut this at 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So we want 3 1/2 square. One piece cut at 3 1/2. Then we are going to take this piece that we just cut and we're going to cut it catty corner in half. Okay, then we are going to fold under a 1/2 inch. We're going to score a 1/2 inch on either end. I mean, on one end, the long end, okay? 1/2 inch on the long end. I think we're done with that. Okay. So fold that over. And then we cut off this weird corner here to make that even. Quite honestly, that's not going to make a difference, but it just makes things cleaner, I guess. Okay, so then we're taking our card base. Now, this is, watch carefully what I'm doing here. I'm going to put glue just on this flap, nowhere else, just on that flap. Don't get it on the other piece, and don't get too much on it, or you're going to have glue all over the place and you're going to glue your card shut. You're putting this on the back of the card. You're putting the back right at the crease. Okay, so it goes there. Make sure you got that in there all the way. Use liquid glue so you can move it around if you have to. And there it is. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the bottom. Just a thin bead of glue here. And stick it on the back. The tassel on my scissors. Oh, Susie, this was an embellishment about 2 or 3 years ago. It was a Stampin' Up to put on cards. And I bought a pack of them and never used them for a card because they added too much bulk to the cards. But then I was looking for something for my scissors and I said, "Ooh, that'll work." and that's what it is. I tied it on with a piece of linen thread and it's been there ever since. So now we have this like that, okay? So that's why you put that on the back. That's what your back looks like. And it opens, these two open this way, that opens that way. Now, I don't like the way this looks on the back, so I took my piece that I have here and I'm gluing it onto that. And now that's going to be the size of my envelope and the name of my A2 card. So I'm going to put that right on there, just like that. I like this paper better than the paper that I originally did this with. Now I did cut all these out ahead of time, just because this is just an extra scrap. I was playing with this to see how it was going to come out before so I don't really need this for anything. Um, but I took this piece here for the front. And I did not stamp the other one, but I am going to stamp this one. And what I just want to do is really lightly. This is Calypso Coral. I want to keep with the Calypso Coral, but I'm going to stamp it off because I want it to come out really super light. I just did two of them. I think that looks good just like that. So let it go at that. Then I'm going to take Let the Fun Begin. Now, on my original card, I had put that in Calypso Coral as well. But this time, and I also put these like this and this, and I think I'm going to just to make it a little jazzy, I'm just going to put them on catty cornered kind of like that. I love them. I really just like this paper so much. Okay, so the Let the Fun Begin. Right here. That will fit right in there. But instead of Calypso Coral, I want to put something a little darker. I just don't know what. Maybe Cajun Craze. Okay, guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a scrap piece of Calypso Coral and I'm going to start scrapping there. See how this looks. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so I'm just going to use, what is this? Cajun Craze. Let the fun begin. Oh no. Okay, I got a little shadow on there and I don't really want to have to do this over again. So I'm going to bring this up here to try and cover it up. And it did. Yes, it covers it up. Okay. Oh, really hate when that happens. I rocked it. Never rock your stamps. And I did. Okay. So I have to glue this down so that it covers that. Put this one at the same angle. Okay. And that goes on here. That's going to get glued right on here. And that's the only place that's holding it on is this tip. So you want to make sure that that's down. Make sure that that's burnished really good so it's going to stay down. Okay, and then that opens up. There's a little message here inside, and this again, I'm going to stamp a couple of these guys here. And this one is going to say, this calls for a celebration. And I think I'm going to use this again just to keep it consistent. I'm using the Cajun Craze. I think I told you guys last week they are going to have a color refresh. So there's going to be some new colors. So I don't know, what colors do you hope go away? Because there's going to be some colors leaving, and sometimes I hate to see colors leave sometimes, but some of them I don't really care because I just don't ever use them. Except I was trying to pick colors that I don't use. Okay, Pacific Point. That's one color I don't think I've ever, I can't remember ever using that stamp pad. I might have used the paper once or twice, but not very often. So Pacific Point's one I'm willing to give up. Smoky Slate, I'm willing to give up. Wow, that's pretty much it. If they'd come out with a nice pink, I could get away with Blushing Bride. I love the paper, but I hate the ink. The ink is so, I don't know, it's too dark. Anyway, let's get back to this third page because, yes, we have 3 pages here. I'll need that again. And on the third page, I put just happy birthday. And again, I'm going to use this. I cut out this piece. This has edges on it and stuff, and that's going to go right in there. Let's see, I got to poke those out. And that is where my happy birthday goes. I'm just going to put it right up here. And then I'm putting a couple of these because these kind of fit together so nicely. But I didn't want to fill up the whole card, so I just put two of them on. I think that looks nice like that. And then that whole thing gets glued in. This card was an idea that I got from Jackie Ballhays from Clump and Stampers, and Jackie did it with the tulips. She stamped each piece, like this piece, with tulips, and it kind of progressed. The tulips got bigger and brighter, more colorful as they went. And it was really very pretty. Um, but I wanted to do something really different. And I just love this set, as I'm sure I've mentioned a dozen times. So I wanted to use it, and I am happy. Uh, I'm just looking for something, some kind of an embellishment yet to put on here. I think it needs something else yet. Oh, here we go. You like to see them replace shaded spruce with evening evergreen. That's, yes, I would too. Absolutely. Oh, and Arizona colors. Yes, that is what it reminds me of. Something out in the Midwest. It's very, very pretty. Yeah, in fact, going with the Midwest theme, something turquoise would look really pretty. Either turquoise or woody would look really cool as an embellishment on there. And in fact, the next one I do, which and I will be doing more, this paper has like that's almost turquoise. So that would look good with these colors and just this color paper for the embellishments. Okay, so that's the next one. But for right now, I would like to find something yet to put on this card. I'm just not sure what. Let me go through my stuff. Amber. Ah, metallic. That might work. Was there something? I'm trying to think if there was even something with that sweet that was meant to be with it. I'm looking. I hate not being there because then you wonder where is she? Where'd she go? Here it is. No, oh yeah, those gold sequins. I don't like them so much. Oh wait, there's some moons on those gold sequins though. That would work. So the gold sequins did go with this set. Okay. And I'm not fond of sequins. There's new embellishments in Calypso Coral. I miss those, I think. But look at this. There's moons at the top of this. I did not realize this. See, I don't like sequins with holes in them because it looks like something's missing. And I don't know, maybe those little teardrop things would work, but the moons will work. Yeah, I like that. Okay, that's it. That did it. That was what I needed. Boy, I'm not sure how I missed embellishments in Calypso Coral, but I'm going to have to go look now. Okay, so we are at the end of our day here. I will see some of you tomorrow. And Carol, you get a choice if you want. Let's see, you can have. You can have card number one, the Easter card. Card number two, the Arizona card. Or card number three, the other Arizona card. One, two, three. Pick one. Let me know what you think. If you're not, I'll just bring them all tomorrow and you can pick one out tomorrow. That would be your other option. That's it for tonight. We're good. We I'm gonna go look for embellishments in Calypso Coral and first I'm gonna get rid of all of these stamps. Yeah, when I say get rid of, I mean I'm gonna put them away. This is a mess. I have so many stamps out, but that's okay because they all came out of two sets and I know right where they go. So we're in good shape. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate you being here, and I will see you next week if I don't see you tomorrow. Arizona card up close. Okay, there's that one. And then it opens like that, and like that. And this is the other one. It's the same, except the paper's different and the moons are not on this one, but it says the same thing inside and it has those things inside too. There. That's as close as I can. Okay. I'll bring him tomorrow to the library and you can pick one there. How's that? Works for you? Okay, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. No, I'll see you next week.